Hey, welcome. It's MC Health Life Coach and welcome to the Crook'd Kitchen. Today we are going to be making a beet avocado spread that you can use on sandwiches, on vegetarian vegan tacos. You can use as kind of a sauce, but use it as like on the bottom of a plate and then top it with, your salads or your roasted veggies or your meat or anything like that. And the reason I want to do this beet spread, because I love it so much and I actually learned it so many years ago. I used to work at a Living Green organic cafe apothecary store. This is actually a little bit, I've kind of adapted it to make it my own. I've added habanero and some other things to it as well. But again, with every recipe, it's nice to start with a baseline, and if you want to add something or take something away, that's okay too. It's all about experimenting and falling in love with the dish that you're making. So today with the beets, we are going to start out with a food processor. I want the shredder attachment here. Again though, if you don't have a food processor, you could definitely use a box grater. I do highly recommend putting gloves on because your hands will get so stained. Mine are already kind of stained because I pre-peeled the beets for us. So just, remember, wear the gloves. So we're just gonna put this guy right in here, get them all ready to go. And what's nice is that we're actually going to use this food processor twice. So we're gonna shred it and then we're actually going to blend and pulse this all together with the avocados and garlic and everything like that. So I'm gonna get started here. Shred those beets first. Bear with me. It's just so easy. No time at all. Wonderful. So that's all done, taken care of. So we're going to take those out. And don't forget to take the middle rod out, and you want to replace it with the chopping blade. Make sure that that's secure in there, because sometimes when you put all those ingredients in there and then you don't have the blade all the way in, that can be a major problem. So just so you're aware, this kind of beautiful shredded beet, yes, I did not put gloves on, so I'm gonna have some stained hands, and that's okay. I'm all right with a little bit of stained hands. My light, it's, going out of style here. It was to block it so it's not so blurry, but whatever. So next we're gonna add, I would say 4 to 6 cloves of minced or chopped garlic. Again though, if you find garlic to be a little too intense, back that off a little bit. Obviously it also depends on, there it goes. It depends on how much garlic you like and how big the clove is and how strong it is. So I always start up, I like a lot of garlic, so I'm doing 6. And just a couple tidbits. I love to peel garlic with a kind of a dull paring knife, and you kind of just take it right at the root end and you peel back, and it goes a little bit quicker. It's a little bit safer, especially if you don't have a lot of knife skills. It's very useful, but again, if you don't feel safe, go ahead, crush it with the base of your knife and then peel it that way. You can use a garlic press, but if you don't have that, I love microplanes. You can definitely grate those right in there, and so it's a more consistent if you don't have a lot of knife skills, or go ahead, slice it and mince it up by hand with a knife. So garlic's in there. Next we're going to add avocado. Again, if you're using large or small, that just kind of depends on how much you're putting in this recipe and how creamy you want it. I always start with a smaller one, and I'm going to do a whole one. We might add a half to this after we're done mixing. So I'm going to add that right in there. Make sure it's ripe, not rock hard. And then I added 1 whole, you can barely see it because the bowl's orange, but I minced up some jalapeno, oh no, not jalapeno, You can use jalapeno, it's really good, but habanero. So I actually cut out the seeds, but chopped it up, so that kind of is going to go right in there as well. If you don't have one of these, they're amazing. They help you get as much citrus as you want out of it. We're going to start with half a lemon here. And again, this also depends on how large the lemon is and how much juice you're going to get out of it. So start with a half and go from there. What's nice about these is that it catches all the seeds, so you don't need to worry about it going into your dish. And then some black pepper, about a teaspoon. Again, you can add more or less if you so desire. If you don't like black pepper, you can use white pepper or leave it out. As well as, you know, if you want some chili powder in there, that works too. And then again, we're gonna put 1 teaspoon in there of mineral salt. And then we're gonna blend it up and see how it tastes. What's so fantastic about making this spread is that beets are wonderful and they're packed full of essential vitamins and minerals and plant compounds. You don't want to eat too much because they do have a high sugar content, the root vegetable does, but at the same time it's a great source of fiber. It can help improve blood flow, as well as in some cases people have said that it's lower blood pressure and may help increase your exercise performance. They're wonderful pickled. I love pickled beets. Roasted, boiled, boiled and then diced up, tossed in some delicious vinaigrette as well. It's wonderful. Also, beet greens. I know sometimes that's not everyone's favorite, but if they look nice, definitely keep them. You can put them under like a roasted chicken or just braise them with onions and garlic and spices. I really like cumin and coriander and a little bit of chili powder, but again, it's great. Just don't go don't go overboard with it, because it's really good for digestion, beets are, but if you overeat them, it can definitely flush your system out, and we don't really want to do that. So I'm gonna open this up and give this a nice little scrape here. It's definitely gonna need that half of avocado more, so 1.5 avocados all day. I will put this recipe up on my website, so you have all that there. I am gonna try it, make sure that it's to my garlic liking. Ooh, spicy. But that was a perfect amount of lemon juice. I am gonna do a pinch more of salt. It's spicy. So again, if you don't like spicy things, this recipe is perfect without the pepper at all. And then, so just make sure that, you're trying the pepper, especially like if you're using a jalapeno or a habanero, because they vary so much. And if you're having guests over or anything like that, if they're not as used to the spicy stuff as you are, just make sure that you're taking a little bite of that pepper before you put it in there. So we're blending. What's also nice is that garlic is part of the allium family, which is part of onions and shallots and leeks. They have a sulfur compound, which is great after you crush or chop it up or chew it or anything like that. It boosts immune function. It helps reduce blood pressure and improve cholesterol levels in some cases. It's full of antioxidants and helps detoxify the body. It's wonderful and delicious and spicy, and I just love garlic. So this whole recipe is just, a feel-good recipe that will help nourish your body as well as like feed your taste buds, because who doesn't love a delicious spread? All right, so this looks pretty delicious to me. I'm gonna try it one more time just to make sure. Yeah, I definitely needed that extra avocado and that extra fat. If you want to put less avocado in there and put just like a couple tablespoons of olive oil, feel free to do that as well. If you want a little bit less avocado. But let me show you. Again, it's delicious. Beet spread here. And it's gorgeous. You can also add herbs to that as well. Cilantro is really good in there. Parsley. I know that someone recommended putting basil in it. That sounds pretty good to me too. So again, just get creative. Experiment in your kitchen and try healthy new things, because healthy food is good food. You just gotta experiment and give it a go. So I hope you enjoyed the recipe today. It's gonna be up on my website, and thank you again for joining me at the Crook'd Kitchen.